did you find yourself connected to LionAid?
Well, I was introduced to Chris and Peter about 6 weeks ago through a mutual friend, and we had lunch together, and they told me the dreadful plight that the African lion is in, you know, and all the dreadful things that are going on, you know, and I felt moved to say if I can be of any help at all, I wanted to be, you know, because it's not just for Africa, it's for the whole world, you know, that if we lose all these wonderful alpha predators, you know, that keep everything in control, it's going to be a complete disaster for Africa in the future, you know, and I think it's about education and informing people in America, you know, that the sort of behaviour that caused the death of Cecil isn't acceptable in a civilized society. It's ridiculous.
Cecil roused the whole nation, didn't he, into doing something about canned lion hunting, trophy hunting. I just want to talk a little bit about the personification of animals. You know, when you have an animal like Cecil, how it can do so much good in the long run, because people have that natural ability of getting behind one animal. They find it easier. And how do you feel Cecil's death might benefit the protection of lions?
Well, obviously it was a terrible tragedy and a crime that animal was killed, you know, and it's great that Cecil's death brought the attention of the public to the terrible situation, but one is always frightened, as in, you know, most things in the media, that it will very quickly blow over and the situation will return to normal unless people start to do something. And, you know, public opinion is very powerful, and if South Africa is aware that the rest of the world is looking at them as far as canned lion and things go, you know, we can change things. People and politicians, however corrupt they are, and they certainly are in South Africa, that policies can change just because it means that people will not go there, will not have anything to do with them, because it's a disgusting thing that they're doing, or that they are allowing to happen.
How do you feel that the public know in general about the plights of lions? Do you feel that there's enough publicity surrounding it, or do you feel that there's a lot of people that you've spoken to that don't know enough about canned lion hunting?
Most people I speak to, when I was first, and as I say, I'm very new to the whole LionAid movement, that I was ill-informed about that. You know, I didn't realise that you know, most trophy hunters are people who are deficient in something, you know, let's not go near that, you know. But I had no idea of what a cynical exercise it is in the exploitation of animals. You know, animals are exploited enough in the world without inventing another way, you know, to make money from the death of an animal that's probably waiting to be fed, you know, which is just the most appalling. In a sort of moral way, you think, my goodness.
Yes, you've got to be a coward, haven't you, to do that to an animal? Because
well, of course, yes.
To shoot an animal that's drugged and is coming around from being drugged in a caged enclosure where it can't get away, might come to you for food because it trusts you. The whole thing is just terribly morally and ethically wrong. If there's anything you could say to the public out there about, you know, what you feel that, you know, the message you could get across about lions and what they could do, what do you think it would be?
Well, I'm a great fan of George Monbiot, who wrote a great book called Feral, and it was about the rewilding of Britain and Europe and the rest of the world, you know, and he explains in his book how important the alpha predator is, because if the alpha predator goes, then the whole ecological system starts to crumble. And when that crumbles, that's not just bad for the animals, that's bad for the people that live in that country, and it's bad for the rest of the world. So if you can write to people, write to your MP, ask them to raise questions, write to people in South Africa, support LionAid, and start raising a bit of a storm and saying, we're not going to take this. We're not going to allow people who are psychotic to go and kill animals in such a disgusting way. The world's cruel enough as it is, and we should stand up and say enough is enough. That's it.
Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the best of luck in supporting LionAid in the future.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.